who uses PRFAQs anymore. As agents of compressed implementation time, where a lot of the latency actually exists now is figuring out how to build the right thing and what that thing is.
But it's not going to be a PRFAQ. Instead, it's going to be a product landing page.
Just to set up, the PRFAQ is a type of product planning doc. It's just a way to start from the customer, made popular to the world in a book called Working Backwards. You're going to go ahead and write your press release before you build your product. And so as we work on Unmint, which is our open source for our documentation, we're going to brainstorm new features. Before we build them out, we're going to write that product planning doc that starts from the customer pains and needs.
All right.
Remind me what we're doing.
We're going to pick back up on Unmint. Got our lean canvas. Now it's time to do a PRFAQ for a new feature, but instead it's going to be a product landing page.
For a new feature, which, do we want to do the WYSIWYG?
We're not missing a WYSIWYG editor.
The reason I don't care about WYSIWYG editors at all, because you can just so easily run the app and then take a screenshot and give it to your agent and be just change this text, and it just does it. The problem I have in my mind is what reinvention is there here?
Do it in this agent.
All right. So in this project, you have the source code for Unmint that allows for sort of rapid, nice looking product documentation. It has a lot of bells and whistles already. But what we're interested in is doing some recent web searches from 2026 about features and functionality that people either demand, desire, want, need related to making.
Good one.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, we want something worthy of a landing page.
Well, it's doing a whole lot of shit. You know how we were talking about yesterday internal tool teams? I'm thinking actually right now of agent knowledge base.
Yep. The difference between the way that most people think about these knowledge bases and a documentation site is curation. Knowledge bases end up being these things that people just slam everything into, and then they're like, oh, we'll figure it out later. A doc site is something that people actively care about and take care of and keep up to date.
Let's just go what about some off the wall ideas? Freshness timestamps for agents. Oh, that's actually interesting.
Yeah, I love freshness. At DigitalOcean, our number one metric for documentation was freshness. I fed your transcript into my agent and focused it on freshness. Why don't we just do that? Fresh meter. There's a last updated and last reviewed, and freshness was last reviewed.
If you think about how fast we're shipping changes, it's not just about has someone reviewed this? It's how can you systematically make sure that your docs are fresh? Yeah, let's do the freshness thing. I'm still writing it. So we want to coalesce around the docs freshness idea. But the purpose of this session is to create a prototype landing page for existing HTTPS Unmint dev sort of product page that already exists. We have actually, I don't think that code for that.
All right, I'm going to come into your agent now. Take a look at this brainstorm we did around doc freshness. Feature ideas, pick out the best, and language.
Okay, this is a lot, but who cares? And then we can whittle it down.
Don't get that fresh.
Don't get that fresh.
Are you going to tell the agent that you wanted to overdo and then whittle down? Is that a technique you use?
I do that. Sometimes it's nice to be able to react to something that is more than you asked for and then say, hey, this is actually what we need. So based on the updates that we made to landing page.md, we would like to actually take this and in the style of unmint.dev, build the freshness landing page. And what's your agent doing? Nothing. Did you kill it?
No, I'm just waiting for you.
It just came in. It just took a second.
I feel like this idea of having the agent put too much in is good for letting us tap into taste.
Maybe it's a metaphor, the sculptor and the sculpture garden. And what you want to be able to do is get a big block of marble out somewhere so that you can whittle it down and hone it and make it precise. But I think a lot of people struggle with, where do I source the marble? So my general strategy is I go through a lot of planning iterations, ship it to an agent team, have it make a bunch of phased commits. Once I get the raw material on the pedestal, I whittle it down. It's kind of like waterfall meets agile meets agents. Whoa.
Docs your agents can trust, huh?
They were accurate when you wrote them, but 6 months and 2 breaking changes later, none of them can tell the difference between fresh guidance and a fossil. I like this idea here.
You can almost imagine that becoming a standard, especially with Unmint being open source. Why wouldn't every doc site want to be able to publish freshness?
The question that we always came up against was, what do you publish? First created at date of the course, the last reviewed date. Because one of the things that I do today as we're building Stoa, and it's purposely a little bit manual, is I keep a set of as-built architecture docs.
Wait, there's a really interesting idea in what you just said. You keep your process a little bit manual. And I don't think that's by accident. Where we choose to put our manual effort is really important. What do you get out of that?
The reason that I do that manually is because I actually go and review what's changed. It helps me to keep a mental model versus kind of forgetting about it.
Maybe we should get something into this landing page that makes it clear we want human in the loop. Can we ditch the MCP server? Do people even use those anymore?
Yeah, I don't even think you need that. These are going to be static site HTML pages, and you can literally just fetch them. Okay, based on our review of the features in our prototype freshness HTML landing page, some of these features don't merit the cut, including, all right, so executable docs. I don't like that. Let's sort of digest these. Semantic changelog diff. I actually like that. And I'm going to kill this simulate an agent reading this. Like, I don't even know what this means. Let's kill those parts and move them from the HTML. The HTML will have 5 features instead of 10. So let's add a nudge about human in the loop or doctor detection. Specifically, let's assume there is a 5 connection. All right. I know we're just sort of prototyping this, but I think some of these ideas we could definitely incorporate into Unmint.
Funny how that goes. Start thinking about some things. Goodness can come out of it.
You know, these planning cycles and decision-making iterations become increasingly important as the thing. And one of the reasons we like using Stoa is because it's actually purpose-built for that. We just talk in this agent, we get these live previews, we can react together live, we can change things.
It is much more dynamic to do this together.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, this is the substance.
Cool. I think maybe it could be time to just ship it.
I agree. Nailed it.